Good morning, students. Today, our topic of discussion is factors of production or inputs. Now, the question is, what is a factor of production? Factor of production means the units which you need to prepare something. Suppose I want to prepare this particular pen. For this, I need land where we need to do the production. I need labor, then we need capital, then we need someone who will organize all these things, that is the organization, okay, or the entrepreneur. So this land, labor, capital and organization comprises the factors of production. So in general there are 4 factors of production: land, labor, capital and organization. When they work actually, they need to get some remuneration, or we need to pay them something. So what we pay to the land is rent. What we give to the labor is wages, capital, interest, and organization gets profit because he organizes the business. So with the help of land, labor, capital and organization, we can produce anything, and with the help of which we can produce anything, these are known as the factors of production. Okay, now the factors of production are divided into 2 parts: fixed factor and variable factor. Now what is fixed factor and what is variable factor? Before explaining these 2 topics, we need to keep this in mind that there are 2 different time periods. One is short run and the other one is long run. So what is short run? Short run is that time period where the factors of production are divided into 2 parts: fixed and variable. Okay, so what is short run? Short run is that time period where the factors of production is divided into 2 parts: fixed and variable. So in order to increase your production level, you can change the variable factor, but in the short run we cannot change the fixed factor. That is, fixed factor remains constant, but we can change the variable factor. That is why the name is given as variable. Variable means which keeps on changing, and fixed is fixed. So suppose I have used in my production process 2 factors. One is land and the other one is labor. Okay, so my land will be fixed and labor I can change. So in the short run, if you want to increase your production, you can increase your labor, but you cannot increase your land. Okay, so when you will consider land as a fixed factor of production, suppose this is your land which is fixed, so it will remain fixed for a certain time period, that is in the short run. And here you can change your variable factor. Suppose you have employed 1 unit of labor, then second one, then third, like this. You can change your variable factor, that is your labor, but you cannot change your fixed factor, that is land. So land remains fixed, we can change our variable factor, that is labor. So this is all about short run. So what is short run? Short run is that time period where the factors of production are divided into 2 parts: fixed and variable. Now, what is long run? Long run is that time period. Long run, from the name itself we can see that the time is very long. So what is long run? Long run is that time period where all the factors of production are variable. That is, in the long run we can change our land, we can change our labor, we can change our capital, we can change our organization. So long run is that time period where all the factors of production are variable. We can change each and every factors of production, but in the short run some factors remain fixed and some factors remain variable. And in the short run, if we want to increase our output level, we can change the variable factor, but we cannot change the fixed factor. So this is the difference between short run and long run, fixed factor and variable factor. So fixed factor is a concept in the short run along with variable factor, but in the long run all the factors are variable. Okay, now what is production function? Production function shows the functional relationship between input and output. This is your output. Your output is a function of your labor and capital. So here again, two factors of production are considered. One is labor and the other one is capital. So from this we can boldly say that our labor is a variable factor and capital is a fixed factor. So output depends on labor and capital. Okay, so when your output will depend on labor and capital, then what will happen is, see, your output is dependent on labor and capital. So when we will change labor and capital, or when we will increase labor and capital, your quantity will also increase. Now there are two different types of production function. One is short run production function and the other one is long run production function. So again, we know that in the short run some factors remain fixed and some factors become variable. So since we have taken two factors into consideration, that is labor and capital, so our short run production function will be Q is a function of labor and capital, where labor is variable and capital is fixed. So which factor will remain fixed? We will give a bar in the above of this particular factor, which shows that this particular factor is fixed. So this is all about short run production function. Q is, see, your quantity is a function of labor and capital, but then labor is variable and capital is fixed. So this is short run production function. Regarding long run production function, your quantity is a function of both labor and capital, and each and every factor will become variable in the long run. No factor becomes fixed in the long run. Now the question is, what is the difference between returns to a factor and returns to scale? This is a concept in the short run and this is a concept in the long run. Keep this in mind, that returns to a factor, when the question will be that what is returns to a factor. A factor means only one factor, और एक फैक्टर का बात हम लोग कब करते हैं? जब शॉर्ट रन का बात आता है, क्योंकि शॉर्ट रन में एक फैक्टर चेंज होता है तो दूसरा फिक्स्ड होता है. सो रिटर्न्स टू ए फैक्टर इज ए कंसेप्ट इन द शॉर्ट रन. So what is returns to a factor? See, returns to a factor means we know that in the short run there are two factors, suppose labor and capital, where capital is fixed. So if we increase labor, for that if your quantity also increases, then this is a concept of returns to a factor. Okay, now there are again three concepts under returns to a factor. See, if you increase your labor by 10%, okay, you have increased your labor by 10%, and for that reason if your quantity also increases, but it increases more than 10%, suppose your quantity has increased more than 20%, because of your increase in labor by 10%, then it is known as increasing returns to a factor. Okay, there are three different types of returns to a factor. One is increasing returns to a factor, then decreasing returns to a factor, and constant returns to a factor. So अगर आप लोग अपना लेबर को 10% इंक्रीज करो और उसके लिए अगर आपका क्वांटिटी 20% इंक्रीज होता है, then it is known as increasing returns to a factor. If you increase your labor by 10%, and for that reason if your quantity also increases by 10%, then it is known as constant returns to a factor. And if you increase your labor by 10% and your quantity increases बाई 5%, मतलब जितना लेबर आप इंक्रीज किए उससे कम क्वांटिटी इंक्रीज हुआ, then it is known as decreasing returns to a factor. Now, what is returns to scale? We know that returns to scale is a concept in the long run. So, we know that in the long run, all the factors of production are variable. And since here we have taken only two factors of production, that is labor and capital. So, जब आप लोग लेबर एंड कैपिटल दोनों को चेंज करोगे और दोनों को इंक्रीज करोगे, फॉर दैट रीजन योर क्वांटिटी विल आल्सो इंक्रीज, देन दिस इज ए कंसेप्ट ऑफ रिटर्न्स टू स्केल. यहाँ पे क्या होगा कि अगर आप लोग लेबर एंड कैपिटल दोनों को 10% इंक्रीज किए और इसके वजह से अगर आप लोगों का क्वांटिटी 10% से ज़्यादा इंक्रीज हुआ, देन इट इज़ नोन एज इंक्रीजिंग रिटर्न्स टू स्केल. If you increase your labor and capital by 10%, and for that reason if your quantity also increases by 10%, then it is known as constant returns to scale. Again, if you increase your labor and capital by 10% and if your quantity increases by less than 10%, suppose 5%, then it is a clear case of decreasing returns to scale. So what is returns to a factor and what is returns to scale? Returns to a factor is a concept in the short run and returns to scale is a concept in the long run. In this particular factor, both labor and capital we have taken into consideration, and since it is short run we have kept our capital as constant and we are changing our labor. So if we change our labor and for that reason if your quantity also changes, then this is a concept of returns to a factor. Regarding returns to scale, if you change your labor and capital and for that reason if your quantity also changes, then it is a concept of returns to scale. Next is law of variable proportion. Now what is law of variable proportion? क्या बोलता है ये law? ये law बोलता है, see again there is an assumption of short run in this particular theory. Law of variable proportion है सबसे प्रथम assumption ही होच्छे गया, it operates in the short run. Again we know that in the short run there are two factors of production, suppose land and labor. So in this case labor will be our variable factor and land will be our fixed factor. So suppose this is your land and where you are going to employ labor. Okay, so initially law of variable proportion बोलता है कि fixed factor में जब initially आप लोग labor डालोगे, your total production will increase, but after a certain point of time, see your land is a fixed factor which has its fertility. Beyond its capacity it cannot give you anything. ठीक है, इसके कैपेसिटी के बाहर जाके आपको वो कुछ नहीं दे सकता. तो जब वो आपको कुछ नहीं दे सकता, ये फिक्स्ड फैक्टर है. सपोज ये एक लैंड है, ठीक है, यहाँ पे 10 लेबर का कैपेसिटी है. अब 10 से ज़्यादा मैंने लेबर डाल दिया तो ये तो कुछ भी प्रोडक्शन नहीं देगा ना, तो वही बात है. तो suppose this is your land and when you will start employing one after one labor, initially your total production will be high, but after a certain point when this particular land will reach its height or its maximum limit, then what will happen is your total production will decrease. So see, units of land 1 that is your land is fixed. Units of labor is changing 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8. Initially when in your fixed particular plot of land, when you will employ first labor, your total production is 2, second labor 5, third labor 9. Total production is increasing, but then after a certain point when you will employ 6th unit of labor, your total production is 15. When you will employ 7th unit of labor, your total production is again the same, that is 15. And when you will employ 8th unit of labor, your total production is decreasing. So what is happening here is कि ये जो फिक्स्ड प्लॉट है ना, तो इसमें एक कैपेसिटी है, सपोज इसका कैपेसिटी 6 लेबर का है, तो 7th लेबर देने के बाद तुम्हारा टोटल प्रोडक्शन में कुछ भी चेंजेस नहीं हुआ है, इसका मतलब कि 7th लेबर का इस लैंड में कोई काम नहीं है, उसका कैपेसिटी के बाहर है, वो प्रोडक्शन नहीं कर सकता। लेकिन उसके बाद भी अगर आप लोगों ने लेबर इंक्रीज किया तो आपका टोटल प्रोडक्शन फॉल करेगा, बिकॉज यू आर नॉट गेटिंग एनीथिंग फ्रॉम दिस 2 यूनिट ऑफ लेबर. Now how we will calculate marginal product? See, we can calculate marginal from the total concept, okay? See, TP is 2, marginal will be 2. Then 5 minus 2 is 3. 9 minus 5 is 4. 12 minus 9 is 3. 14 minus 12 is 2. 15 minus 14 is 1. 15 minus 15 is 0. 14 minus 15 is minus 1. Like this we calculate marginal product. Now what is this marginal product? This marginal product is nothing but the contribution that one more unit of labor is contributing in the production process. मतलब ये फर्स्ट लेबर टोटल प्रोडक्शन में कितना कंट्रीब्यूट कर रहा है, 2. फिर सेकंड लेबर आने के बाद फर्स्ट लेबर कितना किया, 2. सेकंड लेबर का कंट्रीब्यूशन कितना है, टोटल प्रोडक्शन हुआ 5. फर्स्ट लेबर का यहाँ पे 2 है, तो सेकंड लेबर का कितना हुआ, 3. He has produced 3 kg of output and the first labor has produced 2 kg of output. So these are nothing but the contribution that is making by one more additional unit of labor. Regarding remarks हम लोग देते हैं marginal product को देख के. There are 3 different stages in the law of variable proportion. So first stage is increasing returns to scale, then decreasing returns to scale, and after that we get negative returns to scale. तो increase कहाँ तक हो रहा है, देखो 2, 3, 4, then 3. It is decreasing here. So 2, 3, 4 is increasing returns to a factor. Why a factor? Because it is operating in the short run and one factor is changing. 3, 2, 1, 0. Up to this, decreasing returns to a factor, and last one is negative returns to a factor. So this particular table can be explained with the help of the following figure. So this is your TP curve and this is your MP curve. Keep this in mind that this is the first stage of production, this is the second one, and this is the third one. Similarly, this is the first, second, and third. Now what are these stages? These stages are the relation between TP and MP. Sorry, TP. When your TP increases at an increasing rate, your MP also increases. When your TP increases at a decreasing rate, your MP falls. When TP decreases, MP becomes negative. Okay, so these are the 3 different stages of law of variable proportion.